Wonderful. Welcome to another day of Bhagavad Gita Sadhana. You can tell how the sun is moving through the sky, and it brightens my day, as does your company. We are reflecting on your path on the spiritual journey. According to Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, there are at least 18 different approaches, and these approaches can be used individually or combined to make something, to create something that works for you and your unique needs. Think of it like a recipe with 18 potential ingredients and all the little variations you can throw in. Today, we're staying with chapter 3, which is the yoga of action, karma yoga. Karma is such a complex word, but how we can think of this particular chapter, perhaps in an accessible way for us, is it's the yoga of work. Well, many people I talk to say, I have no time for yoga. I have too much to do, especially work and commuting to and from work and then taking care of things afterward. This is perfect because chapter 3 tells you how to turn your daily duties into yoga. It's simpler than you may think. Yet, remember, simple doesn't mean easy. So it's simple. The hard part is remembering to do it and to maintain a special attitude. So today, chant from Hearing the Song of Your Soul. This is the thin book with just the lyrical poetic translation. Chapter 3, verse 8, which talks about why we should do action anyway and why we shouldn't just go, I want to live a spiritual life. Screw all this and be done. Okay. And then verse 9 is the secret. Ready for a secret? Krishna is talking to Arjuna. You should do your required duties, for action outshines inaction. Indeed, maintaining your body cannot happen through inaction. I'll take a small pause here. So in the Bhagavad Gita, any action you take, even if it's not conscious, is still a karma that you're generating. Your heart beating is a karma. Breathing is a karma. And your body cannot sustain itself without those. So whether you like it or not, every day, every moment, you are acting. And Krishna is saying to Arjuna, if you try to give up all action, your embodiment dissolves. So you have to take care of it. But here is how to turn that, even that daily thing of breathing, into something special. Verse 9. This cosmos is bound by action, except for acts of sacrifice. Perform acts as sacrifice free from attachment, O Arjuna. That last couplet is a little bit of a tongue twister. Perform acts as sacrifice, free from attachment. So what exactly does that mean? Because in the West, sometimes the word sacrifice has a connotation of misery and giving up. But as I've often said, it comes from the Latin facere, which is facere is to make or to do, and sacer is sacred. So to make something sacred. You can make anything sacred. For example, I was talking earlier this week about how many holidays are going on right about now. And actually, holidays are all the time, all around us. Depending on our culture, we just observe different ones. Like we talked about, there was Ramadan and Purim, and now it's Maundy Thursday leading into Good Friday during this whole period of Lent leading up to Easter. I mean, it's just like holidays all the time. But what makes a holiday different than a regular day? Just us saying this is a sacred day, right? And different traditions say, oh, this is a sacred day. Oh, this is every day could be a holiday, a sacred day. And many of you know my penchant for blood giving and talking about it. So there's a big movie coming out tomorrow. It's Godzilla versus Kong. And the Red Cross people have managed to transform that into something a little less material and a little more helping, which is to take Kong and Godzilla and put them on a t-shirt. And look, they both just given blood and they're smiling at each other as they battle. I don't I don't personally intend to see the movie, but I applaud that idea of turning something that seems to be just for the material into something that can help many, many people. Today, I'm dedicating my practice to trash. You might wonder why even trash can be sacred if you look at it the right way. So when I'm throwing something out, for example, I think of I'm not just throwing something out on a physical level, but I'm also getting rid of something inside that I no longer need. And if we examine our trash, we can learn a lot about it. Like when we're little babies and we cry, we cry, I'm wet, I'm hungry. And then when the situation is remedied, we're like, and then we go, ha ha ha, and we're distracted by mobiles and our thumbs and all kinds of things. So we process it and move on. But as we get to be adults, our trash becomes less natural and less easily processed by our environment, including the people in our environment. And if you look at your trash now, probably a lot of it is plastic that's going to take forever to break down. And this can symbolize what we do sometimes with our emotional hurt. Instead of crying it out, for example, we hold on to it. It kind of solidifies into something that can't be processed. And then we just toss it mindlessly, and it affects not just us, but it's going to affect the generations after us that have to deal with the effects of so much trash. So, see, even trash can be sacred. I encourage you as we meditate today or do any part of this, how can you turn something mundane today into something sacred? Well, I'll let you contemplate that a bit while we do our pose. It's very chilly out. I had to wipe some frost off the window today. So I'll be going in and out. I hope. Oh, good. And I'll knock when I switch. Let's switch. Let's contemplate what we treat as mundane. And today, can we do something to make the day or a simple action sacred? See you in 5. Welcome back. So I just sat there for 5 minutes doing apparently nothing, yet doing it with you in this context has made it sacred. I hope we get to spend some more sacred time together tomorrow. Until then.